SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information. We are previewing Week 5 in college football here at SBRForum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We're talking with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Our regular viewers very familiar with him, and they might also be aware that he's 9-3 against the spread in his video picks with us in the NFL. Hasn't done any college with us this year, but he's agreed to take 2 games that we assigned him for Week 5. Very happy about that. That's what Joe Duffy does. He takes whatever we throw at him. Joe, thanks for doing this with us this week.
Oh, thank you. No, I've been having my picks public in college football for 26 years and been handicapping before that. So I love college football every bit as much as I do pro. And I'm living in SEC country, so we love college football where I'm from, and I am a product of my environment.
All right, yes, and I do definitely want to point out, these are not games, you didn't scour the card and came up with, your 2 best bets and said, Peter, this is what I want to take. I said, Joe, can you cover these games and maybe give us an edge? You said, yeah, lay it on me, let's go. So I really appreciate it, and that's not easy to do. Right now we're going to talk about UAB at Vandy. Right now Vandy is a home favorite of 19.5, and that's down a bit from the opener of 22. Total's 55.5. And, here we go again, another one of these games. Vandy's SEC games, their run starts next week. They're playing UAB. Are they going to be motivated here to get a margin win? I'm not convinced of that. UAB, though, definitely will be motivated to, keep the game as close as possible. Last week, Vandy only beat UMass by 17. They look pretty sluggish. And UAB has some pep to them. They have a really good passing game. So I'm thinking, UAB plus 22, like that one a lot, and at plus 19.5, I think so as well. Last year, UAB went into Ohio State and lost by just 14. I think we'll see a similar score here. I'm leaning towards the under 55.5 and UAB plus 19.5. What do you think, Joe Duffy?
That was my gut reaction at first. A lot of the metrics that I've been following for years did kind of point towards UAB. It was the early stages of what I like to call a dichotomous straight up and spread game. Now, this is an angle that I use a lot more in the NBA than any other sport, but where one team has a good straight up record but a bad ATS record, right, or vice versa, where you keep riding the ATS record because that's where a team is going to stay undervalued if they're covering but losing, etc. But and also Vanderbilt, I like to fade teams that are coming off of dream years. Last year was a dream year for Vanderbilt, a long-time team that has been at the bottom of the SEC. They actually closed out the season with the longest winning streak in the SEC, which surprised some people, and they won their bowl game, but they were going to be overvalued coming into this year. But the key here, the reason I'm actually going to go with the favorite, the line has dropped, and I know why the line's dropped. There's some sharp money that is on UAB, but the truth is that sharp money, I know exactly where it's coming from. They're 27-25 this year, so I wouldn't be that afraid of it, and the line has dropped. But UAB has some injuries at safety. Their top 4 safeties who are suiting up for this game, 3 true freshmen and 1 sophomore as their starters, Jay Davis and Calvin Jones, are both out, and Vanderbilt's had some success in the air, averaging 8.3 yards per pass. So I don't think that UAB is going to be able to slow down the Vanderbilt game. And again, Vanderbilt, they're not a traditional power, so I don't know if they're going to completely overlook UAB here. I'm actually leaning towards the favorite, and the fact that the line has moved has definitely enhanced my opinion.
There you go. Classic analysis from Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Emphasis on insiders. He knows where the money's coming from. He knows their ATS record, knows it's maybe not to be respected so much this year. So what do you make? I mean, the 2 games that I think people are going to look at when they're handicapping this game, first of all, they're going to see Vandy beating UMass by only 17 last week. What do you make of that? And then, they might see the Ohio State game with UAB last year. UAB came within 14. You think that Vandy's going to be sluggish again?
No, I don't think that Vanderbilt's going to be sluggish again. Like you were mentioning earlier about a possible SEC team looking ahead. I think the powerhouse teams are a lot more vulnerable to that. So, and especially that Vanderbilt's coming off of a somewhat sluggish effort. I don't look for them to look past UAB at all, and especially because they have some mismatches in the secondary. I look for them to pile it on.
All right, so your official pick on this one, Vanderbilt minus 19.5.
That is correct.
All right, thanks so much. Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com.
All righty, Peter, I look forward to our next talk.